On this week's episode of Marketing O'Clock.
Ads in ChatGPT prompt more questions than answers.
Why low activity keywords might be getting a lot more activity.
Hey, big spender, you're about to spend a lot more. Google Ads updates budget pacing.
All on today's show.
Welcome, you are listening to Marketing O'Clock. Just stay tuned. Digital marketing news, but let's get specific. Digital ads, SEO and analytics, social media and more. Pretty much everything that'll make your website perform. With new shows every Monday. We give you the news with sass and puns and definitely hot takes. Thank you for tuning in. You know what time it is. It's officially Marketing O'Clock. Settle in, sit back, keep it locked.
Hey there, I'm Christine Zernheld,
AKA Shep.
I'm Julia Mateer.
And I'm Jess Budd.
And it's officially Marketing O'Clock.
Here on February 23rd, 2026. And it's a rare ladies' night. What do you have going on this weekend, Jess?
I'm having a boys' night tonight.
Ooh.
I'm going to Monster Jam.
Oh.
Is that like
so
where
excited.
they drive trucks?
It's like, I think I talked
Wow.
about the monster truck rally, like the local one that I went to before. This is like the national, like the real, all the
Oh.
famous monster trucks that everybody knows, like the zombie and the shark. And there's going to be motorcycles there too.
Wow.
Apparently it's indoors.
Where is it?
Taking my little boy. It's at Key Bank
Wow.
where the Sabres play. Yeah. So we're going to eat junk food and smell gas and roar. And I'm actually really, really excited for the action.
Yummy.
Is your little lady going?
No, we're going to leave her home.
She's too dignified.
Yeah. Just the husband, the son, and I.
She's too dignified.
No, she'd probably try and get out there and muck it up in the mud. So yeah, next year
Aw.
we'll bring her. I know I'm like really excited. But I'm not the only one who's got a little adventure in my life.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah. I
yeah.
went to the wilderness last weekend. I have friends who live like right outside of Lake Placid. And Greg Finn was like, why are you going?
Yeah, he was. I was there.
Why?
Like,
I don't know. He's like, you can't even ski, which is true. I was like a little sad. But I had plenty of adventure. I skipped out on the sledding and the skiing, but we got to take the gondola up the mountain. And they have a zip line in their yard. All three of my kids rode the zip line.
They have it. Wait, they have it in their yard?
Yeah.
I thought you were at like an adventure park.
No. They've got a little
Yeah.
zip line in their yard. I climbed right up the ladder and I went. Third trimester. Zipping in.
Well, we have a lot of excitement today to talk about in the news. Before we get to that, we're going to talk about our fabulous sponsor, which is us. And I'm sorry, I'm sick of talking about us. I want to talk about you, right? It'd be amazing if we could talk about a fabulous sponsor every week. And honestly, if you listen long enough, you know we are real marketers. We are talking to real marketers. We don't just say, yep, we have a sponsor. Here's what they do. Here's what they're about. We actually investigate the tools, come up with good use cases. We get excited about these things because we are real marketers and we would use them so we can tell our audience how they can use them to better their efforts. So we would love to promote you. If you have a tool or a service and you want to talk to us about that, I would love to chat. So hit me up, jbud@cypressnorth.com, and we'll talk.
Jordan Fry posted a screenshot of an email that he received from Google Ads this week. I would like to start by saying I did not receive this email.
Same.
Rude.
Did any of you?
No.
I mean, there's a little bit of time until these changes take place, but I need to
little.
receive this email.
Yeah.
Google said that basically there's changes coming to budget pacing for campaigns that have ad scheduling applied to the settings. These changes are going to go into effect on March 1st, 2026. So I'll read a part of the email. It says your monthly spending limit remains 30.4 times your average daily budget. However, our systems will now proactively attempt to spend up to this limit regardless of a campaign's ad schedule. This change can help ensure a more consistent monthly spend for customers. Spending limits will remain the same. You'll never be billed for more than twice your average daily budget in a single day or 30.4 times your average daily budget per month. So this is going to be a big change for people with ad scheduling. I have ad scheduling. I have a lot of B2B accounts.
Mm-hmm.
I have ads turned off at the weekends. I have a really small campaign, like with a smaller budget that runs weekends only. We talked about the BH thing, business hours. And again, I haven't received this email, so I'm like very upset about that. And I feel like people just need to watch their accounts very close. Like, I feel like spends are really going to creep up. So he tagged Ginny Marvin in the post. He asked for some clarification. He said, I have a client that uses ad scheduling for when their offices are open and the sales team can answer calls. Ads are off when the team isn't there, including weekends. Does this mean that Google will force itself to spend more during those hours so it can hit the total monthly spend? Make up for ads when they aren't on during weekends. Seems like a way to overspend or raise CPCs unnecessarily. So Ginny said that that's correct. That's what it's going to do. And you know what's even worse? Jordan, in this example, does not have any weekend campaigns.
Right.
I have weekend campaigns.
So in 6 days a month, you're going to spend 30.4 times. It's going to use it. That's crazy.
That's insane.
It makes me want to like use a rule to pause the ads.
Yeah. No, for real.
On the weekdays instead of using ad scheduling.
That's actually a good
idea. A lot of things up.
Yeah. But that you actually should do that.
It's going to like mess with, I feel like that's not good for like machine learning, but I don't know what to say.
What else do you do?
I'm like really annoyed about this. Ginny did respond to this. I'm going to read her response. Just so everyone is keeping up, let's like do the math here. Jordan gave a math example. Time for math, guys.
Oh, God.
Math gals. It's ladies' night. An advertiser sets a $100 a day budget with ad scheduling for Monday through Thursday only. That's roughly 17 active days per month. So the monthly spending limit is 30.4. Google comes up with that number because it's the average numbers of days in a month. That was me. Times 100. Which is $3,040. So that's different because previously, if Google wasn't aggressively trying to hit that $3,040 cap, actual monthly spend might land around $1,700 because there are 17 days in the month and you have a $100 budget.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. So people are going to spend more. You need to pay attention. Here's what Ginny said. She said, I want to underscore that this has no impact on ad scheduling itself, and ads will continue to only run during your scheduled times. Nobody was worried about that, but okay. We're making this change to better align budget pacing functionality when ad scheduling is in place with advertisers' expectations for monthly spending limits. 30.4 times your daily budget for campaigns using daily budgets. Again, they say they're not supposed to spend more than 2 times your daily budget, and if you ever see that, which sometimes I do, you should get a credit, but it doesn't, very few people know about the 30.4 thing. They just think budgets work the way that they're supposed to work.
And my expectation for monthly spending is that I'm going to spend on the days for the budget that I have, maybe a little bit more, but not that it's just going to be like, oh, you're only on for half the month. Let me double that for you.
That's not so insane. Nobody's planning for it. This is not making anything easy. This is making everything harder.
And you didn't even get the email. So this could be
And I didn't get the email.
Yeah.
Watch me come back to my desk and it's there.
I know.
This is causing me to be ill. Do you hear me? We have new people that we're training. We're talking about budgets on other ad platforms, and they act like that is the complicated thing, that it does spend its budget.
Yeah. No.
Shout out Dana. She's behind the boards today. She's been brainwashed into thinking that this makes sense.
That's so sad.
And then they took something that was already confusing. They're making it more confusing for people. So many people use ad scheduling. This is an attack on lead gen people. I feel personally victimized.
Yes.
I can't. The only good thing is I think March is a really long month. Sorry.
I don't understand how it's just gonna.
It is. It's 31.
But from the business day calendar, I think it's like one of the longest months of the year. I could be wrong.
It sounds probably right.
So if this was to occur on a month, it's good to have it on like one of the 21, 22 day months rather than one of the.
Yeah.
Yeah. And they did make sure that poor February, with its lack of days, wasn't being impacted until next year, at which point we're all going to be mad about something else and just like whatever.
I feel like it's one of the worst updates in a while. Like, this is bad.
Yeah.
Pretty bad. Yeah.
And I better get the email. I'll let you all know when I do. All right. What else is happening?
Something we don't need to wait for anymore. ChatGPT ads are here, y'all. Our friends over at Adthena, hi to them, spotted the first confirmed ads to appear. They were served to signed-in users on desktop in the U.S. And Anu covered this for Search Engine Land. She very politely said that the ads are quite aggressive. And I agree. Because instead of appearing after like an extended back and forth, which is what everybody initially thought was going to happen, these ads showed up immediately in the response to a very generic first prompt, which was, what's the best way to book a weekend away? We'll have up on the screen what the ads look like, but in case you're listening, it's literally, let me know if you want specific deals or suggestions for destinations based on where you're starting from. And then boom, Expedia has an entire bar, the width of the screen. It says sponsored, and there are 2 options there, one for last minute weekend getaways, one for romantic trips for couples. But like, that's a little presumptuous.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't say I'm not
But
bringing my
also-
kids.
I try not to be so obsessed with like the environment, but I'm starting to try a little bit. I'm like, if I have time to do a couple Google searches, let's avoid using ChatGPT.
Look at
Who would ask this question to AI?
yeah.
And then these would be the answers, and you'd be like, oh, yes.
What a
Right.
waste of our water sources on the planet.
Yeah.
What is the best way to book? That is so generic.
Yeah. The best way would be to just like, you know what, get in your car, forget the computer, just go and see where the wind
No,
blows you.
literally.
That's my ad.
Yeah.
I don't even know. It's a weird one. I don't like this as a result either. And again, we don't really know. This person was signed in. Maybe there's context there. We don't quite know how it works. So maybe this is based on some previous stuff, but we don't actually know that. I'm just speculating. But Anu makes a good point about this too. The immediacy of the ad trigger suggests that OpenAI is treating single high intent prompts. Not that I would call this high intent, but not just sustained conversations as viable ad inventory. So if we are going to advertise here, we need to think about where these things could be shown and what sorts of queries will be coming up.
That's like,
Ads are here. We know less every time we talk about it.
yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Love it.
I could see this being a great result for a completely different prompt.
Yes.
Mhm.
And now for this week's
Cool tool.
As a reminder, our Cool Tool segment is not an official endorsement or paid mention. We're simply sharing something we found in our travels that may be of use to our listeners and is really, really cool.
This week's cool tool is a new scenario planner for Meridian that Ginny announced earlier this week. It gives marketers a user-friendly UI to get actionable insights from the open source MMN. No coding needed. So now you can experiment with different budget scenarios right in the scenario planner UI. You can get real-time ROI estimates with visualizations and easily collaborate among marketing teams.
They want us to care about this and not have us care about the budget. Yep.
Oh, they're trying to like,
Why did we get a post about this and not about the changes to monthly budgets?
because they like to be sneaky and steal your money.
I'm really annoyed.
Respectfully.
Whatever. She's got a week.
She's got a week.
I don't know. You need the week to plan and redo the math.
Yes.
We needed to
Yeah.
know about this all at the
No,
same
that's
time.
actually such a good point.
But
So-
I mean, plan for the scenarios with the new budgets, I guess.
no, literally. They're like, oh, look what we did. You're welcome.
Now it's time for this week's Take of the Week. This is a #fire digital marketing take with extra spice served up for you. We simply deliver the take for your consumption. We give no opinions. We don't influence. You make the call.
This week's Take of the Week comes from the one and only Christine Zernheld, aka Shep. So Google put its Senior Director for Analytics, Insights, and Measurement, Kamal Janadhan, in the hot seat. They made the poor woman give cold truth responses to fire takes from some of the industry's best, present company included. And I say poor woman, but she was very well prepared for this. Anyway, Shep was one of those people. She said when it comes to PMAX, AI Max, and Broad Match, they can only work for lead gen if you have the tech stack and budget to import qualified leads from your CRM. Otherwise, campaigns are optimized for spam. And that's not really a hot take because it's true.
Yeah.
And the fun part is that out of Google's mouth, they agree. Kamal said, "You got us, Christine." She literally said that. She said that you do have to use CRM data to bridge the gap between online and offline data. So at least they're acknowledging that, and it's true. But props to you for being a part of that.
It was just, well, first of all, props to them because they did ask. They asked me. They asked Anthony Higman.
Yes.
Yeah.
And
Mike
Mike Rose
Rose,
too, right?
Like
Yeah.
these are people who like are very outspoken about their feelings about Google Ads. So I thought it was like a fun post idea, but I got the email from Amanda, the press lady, and I was just like, you want me to like roast Google? And I gave some hotter takes on this, but
this is a useful one for the audience.
Now it's time for this week's
Pew, pew.
lightning round. At this point in the show, we split up our content into 3 parts: paid, organic, and social.
This week's episode is brought to you by nobody, but next week's episode could be brought to you by you. If you have a tool or a service or anything related to digital marketing that you would like us to promote, we would love to help you out. We take such pride in our ad reads. We love to use the tools. We only promote tools that we really, really love and can share our true thoughts on. So please reach out to Jess if you would like to sponsor our show. First up in the paid universe this week, Thomas Etchell says that he's noticing more text guidelines rolling out in more accounts. You'll remember that these are coming to PMAX and AI Max, and you can turn on text enhancements, but don't say certain words, don't say cheap, don't say discount, or you can give it more like AI powered guidelines, like don't imply that we're discount, something like that. I haven't seen it, and I don't know where it's going to be. I think brand guidelines are like when you make the ad, so I think it's going to be there, but I checked settings too today. You guys haven't seen it either?
I haven't seen it.
Well, I'm waiting. Alex Sparks noticed in the SERPs a new ad label, basically. It says sponsored places for like map pack ad results. So that's something that is fun.
Cool. Stick those in ChatGPT while you're at it.
Yeah. Also, Google Ads is gradually introducing certifications for, it's all crypto stuff, cryptocurrency exchanges and software wallets, hardware wallets, coin trust, and complex speculative financial products. Count me out.
I thought you were going to say in.
So we can start. If this is you, it seems like ads are coming for that if you want to take the certifications. Francesco Ifardi noticed 52 keywords that had been recently enabled in his Google Ads account. So naturally, where do you go? Change history. 52 new keywords. The user is the low activity system bulk change.
What?
That's insane.
So that's what it says when the keywords are disabled
Yeah.
if you haven't had an impression in 13 months. But this is enabling them. And in case I didn't already say this, they're all broad match.
like, oh, these haven't had activity in a while. Let me
No
turn
wonder.
it back on.
I feel like it should be high activity system bulk change. Like all of a sudden these are hot. Have them back.
Yeah.
But also don't do that.
Yeah. I
No
think
word.
You should like contact the authorities about this.
The police.
Between that and the like that's how they're gonna spend your budget. They're gonna just turn on all your broad match keywords, and then
Budget activity system bulk change.
that's
It's ridiculous.
Guessing they're going to take care of this for us, but it's not a great thing.
oh,
Something that is great, Google Ads is rolling out the where PMAX ads are being shown report. So I guess this has been there. It's been a button when and where ads showed, but people haven't seen data. I've never seen data in there. Thomas Etchell this week noticed data in there. So you can see the type of placement. So it says the actual site that it is on or Google owned and operated. Then there's a column for type of placement. So for Google owned and operated placements, it'll say Google products. And then if it's a website URL in search partners or display, it'll say site, or YouTube video is another one listed here for the type of placement. Then there's a column for network. So some examples of that would be Google owned channels, search partners, YouTube, or the display network. And there's a column for impressions.
wow.
Lovely.
So you're really seeing when and where ads showed.
It doesn't really promise anything else, right? People are going to be like, where's the click data?
Yeah,
It doesn't say when and where ads clicked.
Yeah.
that's a good point, Jess.
Aptly named.
You are.
Watch out for me. I'm paying attention to detail today.
Yeah. So even more PMAX data. We love to have it.
Mhm.
There's also a new results tab in Google Ads recommendations that helps measure the actual performance impact after you apply a certain recommendation. So this sounds good, but Hannah Kobzova noticed it for PPC Newsfeed. So she says the results tab shows how campaigns performed 1 week after applying bid or budget changes and compares it to an estimate of what would have happened without the change. Reporting is based on a 7-day rolling average over a 28-day period, focusing on primary bidding metrics like clicks, conversions, and conversion value. So this sounds like a good thing. Yeah, put your money where your mouth is if you're going to make a recommendation. I just hope that, like, the estimates are real. This is for budget and target recommendations for search, shopping, PMAX, and demand gen campaigns. Andrew Logue noticed that there is a new option for setting a custom target ROAS only for new customers. So it says, calculate your conversion value for new customers, select a lower TROAS to adjust the incremental conversion value used to bid for new customers. Love it. Also, park domains will no longer be included in the search partner network.
Thank everyone.
It's great. There's some good things.
Why were they even in there before?
I don't know. But they always have been, they're gone.
Wow.
Well, that's better for the environment as well.
Meta is embedding the Manus AI guy into Ads Manager. Like, who is he? I kind
I
of
don't
missed
know.
this whole thing. Is it
Manus?
pronounced Manus?
No one's really sure.
It's
Manus.
Manus.
You think it's Manus?
No, I just wanted to have an option for you.
Like, what?
I don't know. I'm sick of Meta.
I know.
Yeah.
I'm done.
And from Search Engine Land, Microsoft Ads is rolling out multi-image shopping ads. You can now add up to 10 images in Merchant Center, and it'll be great for you.
Wow. Can't wait.
What's happening in organic?
First up in organic this week, a new study from Kevin Indig analyzed 1.2 million AI answers and 18,012 verified citations, very specific, to find out what ChatGPT is paying attention to within content. And the results, I find this actually really interesting. It reads more like a human than you would think. 44% of citations come from the first third of the content it's pulling from. So just like the rest of us, if it doesn't get the point in the beginning, it stops.
Yeah.
That's not exactly what it means, actually. It will continue. It just gets context clues. And there's a reason for this. I didn't know LLMs are trained on journalism and academic writing, which follow more of a bottom line upfront structure. So the model appears to weight early framing more heavily and then interpret the rest through that lens. So basically, the takeaway here is if the substance of your content is not made clear and surfaced early, you're less likely to be cited. So it's not that it's skipping the rest, but you really need to put that important stuff up front. There's a lot of nuance to this, and there are more numbers on the breakdowns of what happens after that first third. So content writers definitely read the whole, either the recap or the full study for more insights. There's a lot of good nuggets there. I thought that was really interesting.
You don't think they're going to read just the first third?
Not if they're fighting AI. They're going to read the whole thing, word for word, and fully digest. Quick update by way of Nick Fox, who has one of the greatest X handles I've ever seen at the Fox.
That's pretty good.
Like, he must have been in early to get that.
He probably uses Google money. He's the Senior Vice President of Knowledge and Information.
Knowledge and information.
Or maybe he just used that knowledge and information ahead of time. Yeah. Wow.
That's my new title. At
Love
home.
to be.
Yeah, at home. Well, he dropped some knowledge and information on us, y'all. Google's rolling out AI mode to 53 new languages.
Wow, lucky them.
Yeah, that's it. That's the news. Robbie Stein at RM Stein, not to be confused with RL, spotted something cool. Did you get goosebumps when I said that? Now, new on search in AI overviews and AI mode, groups of links will automatically appear in a pop-up as you hover over them on desktop, so you can then jump right to a website to learn more. That's great. It's an option. Give people more info when they didn't have to click through. I like how things are evolving.
I just get more and more scared of like all of the AI stuff when I talk to like family members who like don't know what citations are.
Yeah.
Or click on them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, now they don't have to click. They can just like
And then
hover.
AI mode is like shoved in their face in AI overviews and they don't even know. And
Yeah.
it's very wrong. Like my husband told me last night that all the Olympians are getting paid $200,000 by some. Then he read the article. I was like, read the article. and it said like they'll get it when they're 45 or something. It's not happening.
What is it, like a trust fund?
Nobody's getting paid.
That's insane.
What it sounded like.
Oh, well, your family will be happy to know about this update spotted by Radu Ionescu. Google is launching a new behavior in the AI overview results. Sources of unread paragraphs are marked with a light blue color, and sources for read paragraphs are marked with a gray color. So I think it's trying to encourage people by showing them, you haven't read this, you should click this. It's new information for you.
Wait, I don't
versus-
understand.
How do
Oh,
they know?
read R-E... R-E-A-D. So like you
Got
read
it.
something. So I think it's kind of like how
That's
when
what
you
threw
click...
me off.
Yeah. But you know when you click a link and it turns from blue to purple?
Yeah.
I feel like it's if you've been to this source before, it's gray. If it's new, it's blue. But I almost feel like it should be the flip side. Like, you trust this source, let me make it blue. You've never heard of this one, let me make it gray. I don't really know.
See, but I probably wouldn't click on it if it's gray. I'd be like, oh,
Right. Yeah.
that's dull.
Dull. Well, you've already read it. So
Yeah.
there you go. I don't know. Interesting. Another way to possibly go even deeper. This is a weird one and appears to just be a test, but it was spotted by Tom Critchlow. He shared on LinkedIn. He says, seeing a whole new kind of search result inside AI mode. He describes it well. He says linked entities that then load a kind of hybrid knowledge panel / SERP with an AI overview at the top. So the example he shares, he searched for dinner ideas and there's recommendations based on what he likes. And if you click on one of the results, say for this gluten-free baked ziti, which is not the one he clicked if you're looking at the images, but it then opens up a second screen with like another overview describing the thing, but then there are links to websites to click. So very few people could replicate this. It seems like a messy experience,
Yeah.
but it's nice that they're thinking about serving some links at some point.
Mm-hmm.
4 steps
Serving.
down the line.
Yeah, serving. Yep. More buzz on X. Joy Hawkins asked if anyone lost a bunch of Google reviews last weekend, and the answer apparently is yes. Many folks did. Some lost double digits worth. I know we talked about this, actually, I think on like the last ladies' night that this was happening
I
to
remember
people.
this.
Joy
Yeah.
loves a ladies' night.
Well, I'm happy to feature her here. Hi, Joy. One of the examples she shared that she saw was removed is absolutely shameful. It is a 5-star review from Connie S. that says, wonderful service, food, and cocktails. We'll be back and will recommend to others. Why would you remove that?
Disgraceful.
That's a glowing review.
Connie.
Yeah.
It doesn't sound fake either.
Right. Yeah.
Like, that's something my mom would post.
Mm-hmm.
How could you do that to Connie?
Right? Leave. Like, what is the point anymore? If we're just going to willy-nilly remove things that are great,
Yeah.
get out of here. Switching gears, did y'all know that the CIA has a world fact book?
I heard about it
What?
When you
on
were
NPR.
putting this together. Oh, you
No.
did? I just love, because we're like not supposed to know what the Central Intelligence Agency is up to. And they've been up to building an almanac, basically. Since 1962, they have been building a knowledge base, essentially, of like guides to the countries of the world. And on February 4th, a couple of weeks ago, they announced that it would be discontinued. The reason this matters is, according to Glenn Gabe, there are over 7,000 indexed URLs there, and it was a very critical source in the beginning for building Google's knowledge graph. So it's like a historical,
Wow.
like founding
Yeah.
father that is now gone because the CIA is too busy. Like, what?
This just makes me think it's like the beginning of the end with like people use AI as a source. AI needs sources.
Google's.
They're all going away
Oh.
because nobody reads the sources and they read. That's what I thought of it.
Do you think the CIA is hiding something behind this fact book and is worried that the bots are going to find it?
Wow.
I just need someone to find Nancy Guthrie, you know?
Dude.
That's what it's about for me.
This poor sweet woman.
Meanwhile, in other really important national security news, Google is working on ways for publishers to opt out of AI overviews, but to do it without affecting search is a huge engineering project.
Oh.
I know. You're Google. Figure it out. I believe in you. Come on. Like, why even say that? Just like, don't comment
Yeah.
till you're done. Like,
Like we're working on
everything you do is a huge engineering project. It's how you
Yeah.
got to be who you are. Meanwhile, John Mueller is still talking to people about title tags. Someone was concerned about poor title tags impacting search performance, and his response was essentially that there's no blacklist or system to remove a site or page from search just for having a bad title. But if your title's not relevant to the content, that can confuse Google and you might not rank well. Got it. Had no idea. Also from John, Sites should not load not available in JavaScript before the actual content that loads is available, because this can also confuse Google, leading it to believe the page does not exist, preventing indexing and ranking. If it's super technical, you can read the article if that's something that you're doing, and you can fix it. Search Console users can rejoice. You can now use natural language to describe what you are looking for in the platform, or even start from some example prompts if you're just exploring. They have rolled out the AI-powered configuration tool, which is great. It looks like there's some limitations to what it can do, but if you want to apply filters, grab metrics, or even configure comparisons, like date comparisons without manually doing it, this will help you. And that last one is a godsend. Configuring date range comparisons in any Google platform is the hardest thing on the planet. It's a huge engineering project. Okay.
Yeah.
We need help. So thank you. So that's exciting. Get in there and play with that. From Search Engine Roundtable, Google and Bing have both said that markdown files are messy and cause more crawl load, create issues with finding errors. If you know what a markdown file is, you probably want to read this article and figure out what you should do about it, but I have no idea. It actually, Barry tried to explain it, and when he said that a markdown file was like a way to mark something up, he lost me.
You're like, okay.
But he's very smart, and I'm sure he understands. Finally, from Sachin Patel, one of my other favorite X handles, at Sachu Patel 53124. I've said this before. I just love it. He says, I think Google has changed the ask about this feature. Previously, you had to click on a product to get it, but now it appears when you just hover over the product. He has a nice little animation. If you hover over it, it says ask about. Like, it just appears, and then you can click to ask your question. So again, making things a little bit easier. And that is it for organic. What's happening in social, Julia?
First up for social, we have some updates on X performance and growth projections. So reports say that only around 1% of X users are paying for the app. Do either of you pay for the app?
No.
They say that they have hit $1 billion annual run rate for X subscriptions. So who knows? Who cares?
That's only 1% of people. Imagine if we all paid. They'd be so rich.
But like, I think he's also lying. Because he also says that they
You haven't named him, have you?
Musk. Everyone knows what I'm talking about. How do you not?
Do you guys remember when, like, for 6 months we had to name every episode about, like, some of them with a Musk or X?
No.
Oh, because you don't name the episode.
No, you do. That's your battle. Your burden.
You know, when all the Twitter drama was going down,
like,
do you know how old it got? Sitting
Probably
here.
so old. He also said that they have 1 billion users, but only around 600 million users use it monthly on average. He's basing his 1 billion users off app downloads. So technically I'm one of those 1 billion users because the phone or the app is on my phone, but I haven't used it in roughly 4 to 5 years. So I'm going to delete it just so he's down under
You'll
a billion.
show him.
Yeah. Lastly, he also said that you could live your life on the X app.
I don't want to do
Isn't that scary? And he... That's all I have.
That's all. We can live our life. How about we
You
just
can live
continue
your life
to live our
on
life
the X
outside?
That was all the social news? Wasn't that the first one?
No. That was all I have for him. Meta is looking to add facial recognition into its AI-powered sunglasses. So to me, that's like, if I'm wearing these sunglasses, I'm just looking around. It's like, that is Jess Budd. That is Christine Zernhoff. And like, it's knowing that. But the problem is people who don't have Facebook, it shouldn't recognize that. But it's going to, because it's weird and creepy. You know
Wait,
what I
it's
mean?
going to?
Well, like, that's the
That's what
concern.
he said.
That's what he said. That's the concern of it, is that like it, like, how are you protecting people who don't have Facebook? But
We
like, then
don't
they're
need
just
that.
constantly right. No one asked for that. No one is putting on a pair of sunglasses and like, please recognize every person I walk by today. Like,
Yeah, this
It would
is not.
be really nice, you know, that rare occasion.
where you're like, "Shit, what's
But,
me?"
like,
yeah,
it's too creepy.
it's too creepy.
You gotta hope you're wearing sunglasses inside that mixer or class
Right.
reunion. Like, this doesn't seem like a nice feature for the user. They're just collecting info.
Exactly. So then the rest of this article had a list of scary, like sketchy things Meta's done in the past, and I'd like to recite a few. First, in 2012, they altered the feeds of nearly 700,000 users to test the impact of adding more positive or more negative content into their feed. So basically just like playing with people's mental health already on
When
social
was that?
media. 2012.
2012. I wish I knew what group I was in.
I know. And they didn't tell like the people that they did that. So like they were just like, these poor people were just like going on Facebook and getting all this negative stuff.
Lab rats. We're all just lab rats.
And the world was supposed to end that year, right?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And then in 2019, they paid teen users to track their app activity to gauge competition. I don't really know how this occurred, but why are you paying teens to like know what apps they go on?
Aren't
It's
they
weird.
being sued right now
I don't know.
for trying to get teens and tweens addicted to social media?
Probably.
Speaking of NPR, I've heard a story about this.
Yeah, I listened to the news.
So that's bad. I hope they know. I hope the jury is listening to this episode and it knows that in 2019, Meta paid teen users to track their app activity. That is creepy. Are you even allowed to do that? Did their parents consent to that?
right?
You'd
Like
have to
that's
ask
literally
him.
giving like pulled up in a van was like, hey, I got $20.
Yeah.
Like that's weird.
gross.
In 2023, Harvard was conducting a research project on disinformation spread on Meta, and it was conveniently went away when Mark Z, he donated $500 million to the school.
This is the same man that decided to depress people by altering their feed.
So Meta's sus and weird. Don't buy the sunglasses if they do that. There's also way more on that list. Those were just a few of my favorites. So
Favorites.
yeah.
Highlights.
Some YouTube updates, they're expanding access to their live stream donations. So I don't know. Do you guys watch live streams on YouTube ever?
Not really.
I don't either. I've never understood how the donation thing works on a live stream. But basically, I think it's like you buy an item, like you just buy a
Yeah,
sticker.
they're like emojis, right?
Yeah. But then in shorts, they're called like jewels. And the creator gets rubies. So when you give a creator a jewel, it's a ruby. I don't understand it. But anyway, now in Canada, live streamers can receive rubies and watchers can buy jewels.
So it's just donations.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But they're called rubies and jewels. I felt like I needed to explain that.
Hmm.
But
Hmm.
happy for the Canadians, I suppose.
Wow.
I know.
They need it after that.
They're gonna need some rubies and
USA.
jewels.
Baby.
They don't have gold, but they have rubies.
There's also some updates to shorts, which are more normal. I mean, not that that's not normal. It's just weird to explain if you don't know what a ruby and a jewel is on YouTube shorts, or live streams. They're making it easier to make more precise changes to your clips, so you can now zoom in on each track and rearrange them and mess with them the way you want, which I've never edited a short, but maybe for those of you who do, this will be helpful.
Tables would like this.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then last for social, Snapchat is introducing a subscription model for its popular creators. I'm so sick of all of this, but now there will be subscriber exclusive content. So like you can subscribe to someone's Snapchat and get whatever. Priority replies to a creator's public story. So like if you reply to their story, you'll be sent to the top of their messages. And then an ad-free experience within the creator's stories. So you can just watch their stuff without ads. I can't believe,
How's
honestly,
the creator making money then?
I think because when people subscribe to them.
Oh,
yeah.
Makes sense. Okay.
But I just can't believe low-key the Snapchat's still a thing.
Are you still on?
Yeah, but like it's okay. One of my friends
You got a streak.
like speaks only through Snapchat. She's not a texter. If it were not for her, I probably would not have Snapchat anymore.
So you have to actively check it if you want to hear from this girl.
And that even
You're a
then,
good
it's
friend.
like,
And that brings us to our real life segment, straight out of our accounts and into your ear holes. It's time for Working Hard or Hardly Working, where we talk about what's going on in our IRL work, good, bad, or otherwise.
Working hard for me this week. I don't know if we've ever given the man his flowers, okay? When Greg's not here, I do the prep notes. Gotta find the stories. Barry Schwartz has got them all.
Mm-hmm.
Search engine roundtable.
Yeah.
You don't need to look anywhere else. He's got everything. How does he do it? How do you do it, Barry?
I don't know, but we are so glad he does.
I know.
Thank you, Barry.
Working hard for me this week is labels in Google Ads. This is like a forgotten thing. I don't really use them that much until I need to in a certain situation. Yeah.
Labes? I live by them.
I do everything in names now. I used to be a label girl, but now it's like I just sort by like name contains. Anyway, though, twice this week, I had websites fail. Not my fault, not our team's fault. Just let me make that so clear. Websites fail. And then we have to pause ads because the website's
Temporarily paused label.
Yes.
Yeah.
So if you're in Google or Microsoft, you just create a quick label, ads pause to 1326, put it on all your active campaigns, pause the campaigns, sort by the label, re-enable them all. Makes it so easy. I did that a bunch this week, unfortunately, but yeah.
I don't make a new one every time. That's actually smarter because then
Thank you.
I have to check the next time. I have to check, make sure it's not on anything wrong.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I just make a new one every time.
I love labels.
Yeah. It also helps if you're looking at performance. If you just leave the label on, it was temporarily paused at that date.
Yeah.
See that? So smart.
Thank you.
Wow.
That's why we keep her.
Oh, thanks.
Let me follow that up with this doozy. It appears that Google Drive has finally added the ability to drag a file into a folder, because previously you had to right click on it and say organize and then say move and then choose the folder where you wanted to put it. And now apparently suddenly, without telling anyone, unless it's been around and just wasn't working for me, you can drag files in.
It was a big engineering project.
Now it's time for this week's ICYMI.
ICYMI people.
This is something you just might not have seen. Maybe something that you overlooked, but you shouldn't have.
ICYMI people, you may remember sometime in 2025, I believe, Google they sent an announcement saying that they were going to show, I guess, landing page images is how they worded it, in your PMax ads. Now they're giving a preview in your PMax campaign of what it's going to look like, and I totally misunderstood what it was. I thought it was like a screenshot of your landing page.
Same.
And I was like, what?
It's not?
No, they pulled an image from the landing page. Like, this is like a recipe blog, and they pulled an image from the salad. So if you don't upload your own images, they can take one from the landing page. Makes a little bit more sense.
Makes
Wait,
so
it
much
just
more sense.
Pulls an image from the landing
Right.
page.
Yes.
But you need to, like, pay attention to the images on your landing page. Make sure
Right.
they're not dumb.
Wow.
That's way better than we thought.
Yes.
Yeah. I thought it was just like
So I wasn't the only one.
Okay. Here's where you're going.
Yeah.
I thought it was so dumb.
Yeah. Wow. They should make that more clear.
Yeah.
Yeah. They
I
probably
still think
they
the
did.
meta one might be that.
To be fair, it does say get images from your landing page to use in your ads.
So maybe this is something else.
Yeah, because I feel like it definitely was a thing before where it was just like, here's a picture of the landing page.
Yeah.
Now it's time for our must-read marketing article of the week. An article so advanced, so in-depth, so detailed that we simply cannot cover it in its entirety on today's show.
This week's must-read marketing article of the week comes to us from the one, the only Aleda Solis. She's got a beautiful piece entitled, Search Isn't Just Turning to AI, It's Being Remonetized. Text ads are taking a bigger share of the Google SERP clicks. Data. That is the entire title. Not just reading to you here the entire article, but she leads with a common story of attributing organic traffic declines to the rise of AI, but girl wanted to know if there were other factors at play. Great, curious mind. So she went to work analyzing major shifts in the SERP composition, detailing her findings, what they mean, and what you should do about it. Fantastic work, honestly. And I'm glad that somebody is talking about how more is changing than just AI. I love that she investigated this. So it's an absolute must read for SEOs out there, but really team paid, your world is changing too, and you should peep this as well. So thank you for your service, Aleda.
And now onto our playlist of curated songs to work to. You can head over to playlist.marketingoclock.com to listen to Marketing a Playlist. I will be adding MacArthur Park in honor of Queen Alyssa Liu.
Also inspired, Sleepyhead 2025 by Passion Pit x Sophie Tucker. You guys remember that song, Sleepyhead? It's like a redo remix. It's really good.
Wow.
Nobody remembers it. It's fine.
No.
You'd be shocked how Sophie Tucker spells her name.
It might be
Yeah.
Sophie to care. I don't really know. Julia?
I'm going to add What Dreams Are Made Of by Hilary Duff.
Did you get tickets?
No, I didn't want to, but
You were
Heather
just
did.
inspired.
and Nicole did, and I'm happy for them. So
And that's what dreams are made of.
it really is.
All right, that does it for today's show.
It is now officially not Marketing O'Clock.
Thanks for listening.
We missed you already.
We can't wait to see you next
Thanks
week.
for listening to Marketing O'Clock. If you're looking for more information on today's topics, head over to marketingoclock.com/newsletter to receive every single article we covered. We share the news as it breaks in our Discord community. Head over to community.marketingoclock.com to join.